stream yet.
Why not?
Don't think it'll be correct. Okay, guys, I don't know whether we're live or not. We're just setting up still, so just saying that in case that
Yeah,
is actually happening.
absolutely. Maybe live.
I don't know whether we are or whether we're not. At the moment, we're still setting up. Okay, so hopefully that's not that one. Live. Yep, we are live. Okay, guys, I don't know whether we're live or not. We're just setting up still, so just saying that in case that is actually happening.
Live.
I don't know whether we are. Turn that off.
Audio sounded all right.
So it looks like we are live. So we're a little bit early, not quite 8 o'clock yet. So we'll just hold on a little bit. So we just wanted to check everything is working as it should. So we'll just hang on 5 minutes, guys, and we'll see. Yeah, I don't want to start a little bit early. I don't know whether anyone's going to come online or what tonight, but we'll see. So I might just copy this link now and put it onto Facebook to let guys know that we are going live.
Been me linking well on this house.
So
Peace.
we'll do that. So hopefully it's all going to work tonight. I've had more than a few issues. Put it this way, it can only get better. So I'm just going to go live on YouTube. I'll do the link, guys. I'm just sending that there for those that need it. Alright, so we will be with you shortly. So we're just basically getting on there now, just to alive. So hopefully, I don't know why it's showing a picture of the track down there, but anyway, we should be live. Yep. So who are you again?
Don't know. Some fell off the street.
So what I roped into this? Poor bastard.
It's got no idea what's going on.
All right. So we should be hopefully live. It's not looking very live. Um, let's have a look. Are we live? I don't know whether we are or whether we're not. I'm gonna put my hand up one. Is that going on the camera? That's not going on the camera. Okay, so I don't know whether what's going on, to be honest. We are, but Jesus Christ, we're about a minute behind. That's interesting.
There might be YouTube.
All right, so I'm not sure if we're live. So it looks like, yep, I'm live. So we've got a couple of guys there. UC slot cards say we're live. I don't know how far behind we are. There seems to be a massive delay, and I'm not quite sure what that's all about. So I don't know why we're getting such a huge delay. So we're going to try and we've got a couple of minutes. We're just going to try and fix that up if I can. For the guys, if we can, because this delay is going to make it really difficult to try and work out. So we're pretty new to this, so bear with us, guys. I'm just trying, like I say, to actually work out why we've got such a delay. Okay, so no, we've definitely still got a delay there. I'm not quite sure why, but I think we're just going to have to live with it, to be honest.
We're just like the stream is getting out there. We should all be good.
So, all right. So, guys, one more thing. Just bring this up. What's that right now?
Could be quick comparison.
Not that weakness. All right, well, it looks like we're live anyway. So, thank you to everyone. We have got a massive delay. It's probably about 1 minute delay on what we're saying on YouTube. So your messages that come through could be interesting because we might be on the next subject by the time the message comes through. But we'll do what we can, and we'll try and stay with it the best we can. So this is our first live chat. I've got Anthony with me as well tonight.
Good evening.
So basically looking at doing this on a monthly basis and a little bit different than some of the other things that are out there. And what we want to basically do tonight is go through what our ideas is for this channel going forward over the coming months. So we want to do something a little bit different in one ways. So to try and show people that slot cars is more than just 132 hard body slot cars. So Anthony, I know you've got a range of slot cars yourself.
Yep, got a selection down.
So what we're going to try and do is go through some different cars and bits and pieces that's all slot car related. And we'll start with the 132 stuff, and then we're going to move through to some other different types of cars as well. So all it is tonight is basically highlighting all the different versions of slot cars and slot car racing there is around the world. Because some of it gets very little attention, and then that's what we're going to try and do. Going forward, then we will drill down into those different kinds of slot car racing over the coming months, where we will be showing how to get the best out of those. So we're going to have special guests on, which are going to show us what they do to their cars, whether it's a 132 HO cars. We'll have guests on showing what they do with a HO, flexi cars, wing cars, Womps, basically all the different cars. So we're going to run through the cars tonight and just have a bit of a look of what is out there and just touch base on that. Going forward, we'll also look at scratch build because we've got guys out there that scratch build a lot of stuff, and there's some of the amazing pictures that they send me through are absolutely brilliant. So we'll be showing some of those scratch builds as well. So that's another thing. Drop us an email with your scratch builds and give me a bit of detail about them, and we can bring them on to the coming months as well, showing what people are building out there, how they're building and what they're using, chassis wise and everything else. So, all right, so we'll get started. We'll start with basically, we'll just start with looking at a Pioneer for first, which is a 132, and we'll go with Pioneer, and then we'll just we'll go from there. So 132 Pioneer for those that have had it. This one's a general grant. As you can see, pretty much 132 car, plastic chassis. So these is quite often used. We use these as a muscle car range, and again, 132 stuff. We race them pretty standard, but that again, for those that have not seen the Pioneer stuff, they make some absolutely gorgeous muscle cars. Really, the majority of their range is muscle cars. I don't know, Anthony, have you got any of your Pioneer with you tonight as well?
No, I think in the
So we'll just put that down there. I'll just show you another example of a.
Oh yeah, I've got a Pioneer muscle car there. Yep, I do.
You do?
Yeah, the green.
Well, I beat you to it, so I brought another one in.
Yeah, right. All right, very good.
How's that? Even comes
That's a nice
with a Santa,
Yeah.
a little snowman. So again, this is Pioneer brand. So we're going to go through different brands of cars tonight and all different styles. So we're just basically, this is our starting point, and then over the coming months, we'll be drilling down on each of these ones and seeing what we do to set them up and get them on the track. So that's Pioneers. So you got another one there?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, built the green 69 Dodge. That's done a bit of racing locally here, complete with a handmade antenna on the back there for just a bit of a mess.
It's definitely a fact. It's long enough.
Yeah. That's that one there. That's kind of the muscle cars.
And then you got other.
Well, another muscle car I got there is the Thunder Slot. These can get around very nicely as well. So
yep.
just find out right.
So this is sort of showing the muscle car range of the 132s. There is a lot more out there. We're just going through a few different styles tonight.
Yep.
Also Pioneer. Don't know whether some of you guys have seen these ones.
Oh,
Legends. So these are the Pioneer Legends cars. Great fun on the track. They are quite difficult to drive in one way. They're a little bit top heavy, but the great fun when everyone's racing the same thing around the track. So Pioneer again. This is one of their Legends range. They have quite a few different ones. So that's sort of just hitting a start there with some of the 132 stuff. Carrying on from there, we have the ones that most people know. You got your Revos. Everyone's pretty much everyone's getting on board with the Revos these days. Great quality cars, metal chassis on them. So again, Revos again. This is just our 132 still range at the moment.
Revo's also, of course, got the little ones. So these are great fun. These cars really enjoy driving.
So they're the Revo Group 2s. They're classed as the Group 2. So yeah, it's a bit hard to just get them on the cameras, right? But
yeah, about there.
yeah,
There we go.
So
Right.
again, so this is like I say, all we're trying to do is go through the different cars. We've even got that slot car guy online. How we going, Travis? Now, we'll never get to your standard, but wait, we're doing what we can. At least we're doing something, as I
Having
say.
a go.
Also, Revo lately brought out these. They do the this one is the Porsche, and then they also did the RX-7, which was a size slightly. They were still 132, but on a scale size, they were a little bit in between the Group 2s and their standard GTs and the rest of them as well. So again, beautiful cars, but again 132. So that's Revo.
A couple of Carrera.
Carrera.
Yeah, but these are
So we're just
the
like I
new
say
digital
going
ones.
through. So this is Carrera ones. Um, so they're a great bit of fun as well on the track. The quality wise for the price, you know what I mean? When you $60 for a car, racing them out of the box. We race these for we're quite a lot. We have good fun with these, and good value for money, definitely. They're not a race car as such. They are made for the track, the plastic tracks more than the timber tracks, but also still we have a great fun with them. So
Oh, very robust. Always great liveries and good choice of
you,
car shapes and
I use these a lot for the hire cars
yep.
because the kids smash them into walls and they, and they keep running. So that's Carrera. So couple of I'm just reading a couple of comments there. We've got John saying he runs Legends from Pioneer as well. He says it's a great class. Travis said his standards are low. You'll do fine.
Travis.
um,
Cheers, mate.
UC slot cars. He picked up the Porsche Saturday. Looks amazing. So yeah, they are nice.
Yeah, they look good. Yeah,
All right, so carrying on with 132 NSR.
NSR, yeah.
Can't really look past with the NSRs as well.
Yep.
Another
Probably
quality brand that's known for its racing and everything else as well. So different ones. So this is one of the classes that we run.
Well, the red one you've got there is, of course, the 24-hour car that we
Yep. So
race
we
this
we
year.
did I don't know where we did a 24-hour race and it was 24 hours non-stop. This particular car went round the track 24 hours non-stop. Absolutely brilliant the way the cars kept going.
It didn't, yeah.
And
Fantastic.
what a race, you know what I mean? Group of guys all there for 24 hours non-stop racing. It was brilliant. It was insane. Definitely going to be doing it again
So
at another point.
maybe with a question to our audience. It was 24 hours on the flat track. Not sure how many you guys are familiar with that, but it was in the memory about seven and a half, 8 second laps, I think they were.
Yep.
So how many laps did it do in 24 hours?
Yeah, we did a lot. Yeah.
Let's see if anybody has a response out there to
Yeah.
the question.
John stating there, Carrera needs some good tires. Yeah, I probably will agree with that. The Carrera tire that they come with. we did a career out of the box race for our Christmas party the other night, and the tires that were on there, I was
They're
struggling
pretty
to even
hard.
sand them. They were that hard. I think they were plastic, not rubber. But anyway, it was we definitely yeah we do tend to swap the tires over ourselves when we race. So yeah, I can't agree. But yeah, so a 24-hour race. You guys get in there wherever you are in the world. Set yourselves up a 24-hour race. They are great fun. We'll probably do another one here next year as well. So.
For sure. That was fantastic experience.
So that was NSL. What else you got with you, Anthony?
Well, I got some Formula Ones here, and then obviously we get into some bigger cars after
You
that.
get
I've got a couple of Formula Ones here. There's an NSR Formula One there. I didn't bring the scale auto, but normally the scale auto, the NSRs.
I think mine's in pieces after last night's racing. I
Run
love it.
these with obviously magnets in them on the flat track. It's got magnetic braid on it, so they absolutely fly around there. The scale autos probably have a bit of an edge on the
On the
NSRs.
NSS, just slightly, yeah, on
Um,
the track they
that's
seem
on
to.
rubber tyres currently. We have run One in the past with foam and a glue track, and
That was
they
insane.
were
So a
amazingly quick.
spray glue track with foam tires, Formula One and magnets. There was just nothing stopping them cars. It was mad. But when they did come off, they came off,
This little fly slot, it's a
crazy.
wonderful car. You think it's a little car and it's not going to do that well, but it actually gets around fantastically well. I think Chris.
That's yeah, someone's just asking
Yeah.
here. Any good trips to get NSR Formula One cars to run without unrealistic drifting? So yeah, I guess things we have tried is we did go to a sprayed track and foam tires, and that did change the aspect of the racing quite a lot. With that, they were gripping a lot more, and it was a lot more intense racing.
Yep.
With the foam tires and a sprayed track.
But we also run an extra magnet with this braid. It's only a partially magnetic
If
braid,
you want to run magnets, yeah,
so
we did find the non-magnet NSRs with the standard tires and everything. They were quite taily. It's a powerful motor, and they were quite difficult on the track. And Formula One is the only class that we run with magnets. Nothing else has magnets in them. It's the only time we'll put magnets in a car was these Formula Ones because it just, I guess it gave us better racing. We had to admit there was just skatey and a few of the less experienced guys were really struggling, and it was too many crashes, and it's not good racing if you're
they're
getting too many
different
crashes.
car to drive with the magnets. They really hold down. Formula One's all about downforce, of course. So
Yeah,
in Formula One racing for real, they've got downforce. The magnets simulate that. Um, yeah, it's a different experience. You can go around corners way or a lot faster than what you think their cars are capable of.
yeah.
They'll do it. So
But quick question, you guys. How's the sound? Are we too loud? Is it fine? Are you hearing us? So yeah, if you can just get back to us on that one, that'd be good. Just saying, we've still got that quite a bit of a delay. You're still showing the Formula One.
okay, yeah, okay, yep.
It could be worse. We could still be showing the Revo.
Do we have any
Right.
guesses on the number of laps for the 24 hour?
No, they're just getting back to the yeah
We'll give them the answer, I guess. But
the NSR 24-hour race. How many laps do you reckon the cars did in 24 hours? 7.5 second laps
they're a bit, yeah.
over 24 hours. So
Time for a stop for a motor change and
yes,
grease
a
it
little bit,
all.
but yeah. So
We
keep
changed
thinking about it.
brains as well.
Have a bit of a guess how many laps those cars did.
Yep.
So moving on from the 132, we've sort of covered them. You got a
Yeah.
slot? Did you have a slot it with you?
Yes, I've got trade.
No, we didn't show a slot it car.
I'll slot it.
Did we?
I've got to slot it. I've got the Rothmans. Yeah, I've
There
got
we
the
go.
962 slot. This is actually the very first slot car I purchased here. Done a lot of racing.
5 years ago now.
5 years ago. It still remains one of my favourite
Someone's
cars.
saying 658 laps.
658. Well, that might have been the first hour, 40 minutes.
What was going back to let him out of misery? What was it?
Oh, just over 10,000.
Yeah, so just over 10,000 laps we did in those 24-hour racing. So that was one hell of a beating on a car, and the NSR held out
Stood
pretty
up.
good.
Yeah.
We did do a motor change, and it were only because we were starting getting paranoid, thinking it was slowing. But we
Probably
actually probably didn't
didn't. No.
even need it.
Went through on a set of
Um,
gears. I think we had braid changes in there from
yeah,
memory. Tires, I think we did a tire
one
change.
cha yeah, we
Yeah, we
did.
did
We
one
did one
tire change.
tire
Yep,
change.
yep,
So yeah, so 10,000 laps over 24 hours. Great racing.
yep.
So you've got a range of
Well, I am partial to my Rothmans cars, as the
Rothmans.
guys know here a little bit. So I'll just bring it out
Look at
on the
this.
tray. But yeah, it's a mixture of NSRs, the Porsche in the scale auto, the NSR in the middle there, the a 962 slotted, and a scale auto Formula Ones. You might see there that one is actually currently on foams as I last raced it there. So yeah, I certainly do have a little bit of a um, taken for the Rothmans livery, and I think there's a new Rothmans livery coming out shortly in SR that I
There
am
is.
waiting to have a look at. So excited to see that turn up hopefully shortly. So I
Yeah, they
think
shouldn't be
it's
far
yeah,
away.
yeah, yep.
John's just saying they're running the NSR Formula One non-magnet, but they're down to 9 to 10 volts, and
Oh,
they
okay.
find that's really nice on
Oh,
the track.
yep.
So it's something we could give a try to as well.
Yep, sure.
And this is all great information from you guys. We're all helping each other out in different ways of racing. So
Yep,
yeah, we'll definitely be giving that a go.
yep. But
Uh,
yeah, there's certainly something for the scale auto there, as you said, on the foam tyres on a glued track. There was an extra magnet in there as well, which we allowed in the rules, and yeah, amazing lap times could be done with that one. So in that configuration.
Yeah, so then we jump up a little bit and start going to 124 scale. Um, yeah, new NSR Rothmans will be awesome. I'm pretty sure we're looking forward to seeing them.
Right. Oh, yeah,
So
what have you got? Well, there you start with the
that.
group car.
So BRM 124 scale. So again, another kind of racing. Doesn't have, we enjoy the 124. Uh, a lot of people think they're going to be, because they're a bigger scale, they're going to be twice as fast. It's not really the case. They're not much difference in speed, but it's definitely different in handling on the track
Mm-hmm.
when you've got a few of these cars all coming through,
Sorry, not to steal your face.
very close to each
Yeah.
other, and not get it in. That's
Yep.
a pretty good looking car.
Yeah. It's sort of modelled up with its driving lights and the mirrors and things like that. Nice bright colours. It's always a good thing to see on the track. Is not don't worry about it being pink.
And the Adelaide boys are saying they're running them, and they put BRM tyres on. I'm assuming they were still talking about the Formula Ones there with BRM tyres. I'm not sure which BRM tyres they're running in the Formula Ones. Not changing the rims as well,
No.
possibly. By the sound of that.
Yeah, because axle size. Anyway, they've obviously got a solution there, and
Yeah.
it's working well for them. So
But, yeah, so 124 scale,
the Mini there, the Mini's fantastic. I've got to say, I've not got the original motor in that one,
and I've got
but
a. You haven't seen this.
so but
This
oh, you
this
haven't seen this one yet.
this came in today. Look at that.
That's that's looking very,
How is that?
very nice.
So that's coming today. So I'll do a full review on this later in the week when I get 5 minutes. But how beautiful is that?
Look at the.
So you hate it when I do this to you, don't
Yeah, some days you walk in and
you?
the car just quietly sitting up on the counter as you walk in the door, and you, oh, I look like I just purchased another car.
Well, that is pretty nice. So
Yeah,
that's the latest one
yeah,
from BRM.
that's lovely. Can we get that up to the camera a little bit more? There we go. Are you going to focus for us? Come on.
Yeah, it's getting
Come on.
yes, that is now. So
I'll just give him a bit of
so
a.
BRM done it again with another absolute brilliant car.
Really dropped it. Hopefully you can see all of that all right there.
Yeah,
New camera Mike's got there. It's a little interesting on its autofocus sometimes. Maybe I'll just come back a bit. Maybe I was pushing it
yeah, sort of.
too hard. There, look at those
I
front
think it just
fenders.
I
Those
think it
front,
just does what it wants,
yeah.
basically.
Look at those front fenders sitting up there.
I don't think that spare tire's going to fit.
Oh, yeah, they're fully detailed. The spare tire tucked up in the back of the car there.
Wrong size, but it's about, it must be one of them space savers.
Maybe it is. I'm not sure they existed in that era, but anyway. Well,
So yeah,
yeah.
so they're 124. What else? Got
Well, yeah,
124? You got a few
124.
more?
I've had the
We'll
BRM.
put that away before you put it in
Um,
your collection.
it might accidentally go back in the. Obviously, the McLaren. They've been really popular. We've run those on rubber and we've run those on foam, depending on whether it was a sort of a Tuesday night or a Thursday night, as times have changed. But they're great fun. That gets around very very nicely.
Yeah,
That
they did
car.
go well on the track.
Yep. Yep. And I guess last
Scale
is the
Auto.
Scale Auto.
I
This
didn't bring a Scale Auto. Why didn't I bring
big
a Scale
Scale Auto.
Auto?
This car's done a lot of work. It is my own paint job. It's got a little bit bashed and crashed and dirty over the years, but the
But Scale
Audi,
Auto are producing some amazing cars.
yeah,
The chassis work and everything that's gone in, and the development from Scale Auto is it's second to none. It's just moving so
yeah,
fast, and it's quite difficult in a way with the technology moving so fast with Scale Auto. You sort of, if you've got a car that you bought 2 years ago, it's not really that much competitive with the ones that are coming out now because they've just done so much development on their chassis, and the handling on the new ones is pretty much amazing.
yep,
And they've also gone to a slightly larger motor as well
yeah,
on a
yeah,
lot of them.
yep.
So, but Scale Auto were just yeah, just leaps and bounds. Just keep moving with new technology and changes all the way. They're not the cheapest car out there, but you can see the money they must be putting into
Well,
development as well.
you look at the chassis on them, like yeah,
So
all
you
metal
know
plate chassis, carbon fiber in there as well. So
and that's fairly dated, that chassis
yeah,
now
yeah,
compared to
they've had
some
it
of
for
the
a little
ones they're
while.
bringing out.
But boy, you can drive them hard and fast and produce some really good racing. When on Thursday nights we were
We've had
running
some
those, yeah,
great competitive racing with the 124 scale autos. We did tend to find the run at the best with foam tires on a sprayed track, um, and they did go really good. What's this? I missed the race in the scale autos 124. No racing here in Victoria.
get
Yeah.
you guys together and
No racing in Victoria. Well, no, I head down to. I'm sure Paul's going to be looking at putting something together there down at Outlaw Slot Cars for Scale Auto. Definitely get in touch with Outlaw Slot Cars down there in Melbourne, and I'm sure Paul's got a lot of things planned for 2026, and yeah, Scale Auto should definitely be one of them.
yeah, I can get
Uh,
a few people together and talk to your track owner and encourage them. They are fantastic fun.
Uh, Look, I just put up "Mum's the word." Sorry, man. Um, you're on YouTube. Your comments are being seen. Um, yeah. So yeah, yeah. Like I say, keep a lookout for what Outlaw Slots are going to be coming up with for 2026.
Yeah, I highly recommend the
Yeah,
scale, the
Trav,
big
you're
20.
quite right there. Scale Auto have made some impressive cars this year. Pretty much have. Um, So I think that's with the 124. That sort of takes us through. Any other 124s there? Yeah.
Well, we did sort of, yeah, had some other Revos and whatnot, but we've been there, so we'll pop them up out of the way.
Yeah. So we've got to gone
Um,
through BRMs
Formula
and
One,
everything
yeah,
there.
yep. Um,
Right. So that's and when it comes down to slot cars, this is where I've found a lot of things online sort of hit that limit and go, right, there you go, there's your slot cars. We've just done the hard bodies, we've done the 124, we've done the 132. But slot cars goes a lot further than that. And this is part of what this channel is going to be about. It's going to take the range to that next step. Now, bit of a love or hate with some of these, but then you start getting into your flexes and other cars. And we're going to start it off with a traditional one. And anyone from the 80s or racing back there is going to know what a Womp is.
yeah,
So there you go, Womp or Womp as its proper full name. Now, anyone who's not raced these are good fun.
yeah, they absolutely fly.
Um,
Plenty of power. They get around. They are short, so they're taily.
So this particular one is a standard Mid-America one. So it's got a stomp motor in it, which is around about 30k. So we run them with the standard gearing as they come from Mid-America. Absolute great fun on a track. Some of the flexi guys don't like them because it's too close to being, I guess, a 132 car.
Mm.
You have to drive them. They are unpredictable, but great fun. So this is another thing. So those that have not tried them, yep, get out there, try the Womps and stuff as well.
Yep.
Um,
Fantastic fun.
so you see slot cars saying they race the Tamiya hard bodies on a 124 scale auto chassis. Um, so yeah, that'd be yeah some well to me I've got some absolutely beautiful bodies in the model cars.
Yep.
So that's Womps. Next we go to
Standard flexi, yes.
standard flexi. So this
What,
one is a
not sure if it's
DTM class.
standard, but it's what we've sort of run a lot of the chassis. So yeah, DTM. It's and this is currently with the Cheetah 4 motor in it. Is the class we've been running.
Yeah, so which unfortunately is starting to struggle because we're no longer being able to profit and no longer going to be producing the Cheetah 4 motor in the well on the oncoming months anyway. At least there's not the market for them. So it doesn't look like they're going to get reproduced. But yeah, so that particular car,
Yeah, sure.
just
Yep.
so Lex and body. For those that have not seen the Flexes, yeah, they don't look like real cars, but yep, it's Lex and body. This is a JK product chassis, so it's a C21 chassis. This particular one is a C21 chassis. The motors on these actually bolt in, so
That's
they
all.
actually can be bolted in. They
Yeah.
can be, you can solder them if you like, but they're actually bolt in. So there's another thing we're going to go down. We're going to go down the path of what do you do to make a flexi, a competitive flexi. You know, there's a lot of guys out there racing them, and there's a massive difference between the top guys and the guys that are basically just bringing them out of a box. So we're going to have some guests on board who are going to show how they are setting up their cars. And these are going to be some of the top guys in Australia that are going to be coming in and showing us what they do with their flexes. So that one's a JK C21 chassis. Is that particular one? It's quite a common chassis that is used here in Australia for a lot of the competitions and racing.
Yep,
That's that one.
that one. We got the Indy next. We'll go an open wheel in the Flexis.
So
This is one of my own
if
paint
you haven't
jobs. Love it
seen,
or hate it, but it's one of the things with these guys. If you have the
I don't know if
opportunity
I can
to
actually see
paint,
that on the screen. It's blurring my eyes out a bit.
it would be, if you paint your own, or sometimes you'll find other racers who really specialise in doing some of the liveries, or painting them up. So,
Yeah.
or of course, there's
Mine's
pre-painted.
pre-painted, a bit bashed,
Yeah,
but
show me
it's had a hard life, that one. But yeah, so these are again JK products, Indy cars. So metal chassis again, similar kind of setup, running a Hawk 7 motor in them. So they're again an absolute great car and fun car on the track. Now these are fast becoming one of the most popular cars to race over in the States at the moment. So I think we're going to see them coming through. We've been racing them here for quite a few years. I started the racing on these a few years ago here, and a lot of the other clubs around have taken it on board as well. And it's become quite a fun car to run. But yeah, now in America, they've really taken off, and I think we're going to be seeing a lot more of them coming through here.
And lastly, this is a brush
well,
law. You
no,
want to go
just
the retro?
yeah,
Yeah,
just no, no, no. Just going to carry
yep.
on before we get to that
Yeah,
one.
right. Okay, yep.
So another flexi again. This one, JK. This is a C26 or C43, as sometimes they're called, chassis. As you can see on this one, the motors are soldered in. So needs a little bit more work to work on these. You've got to solder these motors in. You've got to get them right in their exact position to get your mesh right for whatever gearing you're going to run. If you're going to change your gearing, there's a possibility you're going to need to move your motor as well. We will again have people in showing you how to set these up so that you have got a little bit of movement, be able to change a gear slightly without having to rechange your motor. But we're going to get people in to show you how we solder these in and get a good solder job. But C26 chassis is the most popular chassis in the world for flexi racing, and that's from JK
Yep.
Products.
And people might note the different body shapes. So there is different body shapes
Yeah,
and
so
wings
this is the
that create.
new LMP from JK that came out not long ago. And this one we class as a DTM. So just flip yours over again so people
Mhm.
can see the difference in the chassis.
So these are on two-piece metal chassis, but different sort of
So
cutouts.
you can see this one, the motor is sits in and it's actually bolted. This one comes through and is actually soldered in. So a little bit different. So again, you haven't tried the Flexis. They are an awesome car to run. Then we get on to an old classic,
Retro, yep.
which is a retro. Now the retros from the Flexi side can't really buy a Flexi with a retro on chassis out of the box anywhere really at this stage. It's a lot of other racers that are selling them complete. You'll see them online. A bit of work goes into them. So it's a brass chassis, steel rods, and there's a few configurations of chassis that are out there now. A few guys are selling kits of the chassis as well. A few companies out there selling the kits, but a lot of work goes into these, and these are a very old traditional style of racing, the retro, and definitely a bit of skill in building these chassis. I tend to, I've got to say, I bought my chassis from a local guy who builds them. He does a good job, and I got a few chassis off him. Um, Paint job, Cody Bramble.
That's one of Cody's. Very
One of
nice. Yep.
Cody's, that
Right,
one.
there you go. Yep.
So, yeah, anyone that knows him, yeah,
Yep.
Cody painted that one up for me quite a few years ago now.
Okay, right. And I think traditionally the drivers are the separate little piece.
Yes, the drivers are separate, and they need to be in there as part of the class. So you have to get the driver and put him in there, cut this little plastic bit out for the driver to come through. But yeah, that's another class there. And as I say, we're going to be drilling down into all these ones that we've mentioned from 132 right through um, to the flexes as well.
There we go. Not on the screen there, mine. It rolled up a little bit. We
Well, we will. So let's have a look. Just gonna have a quick look at some message. No shelf queens. No, we don't have shelf queens here. We we smash and bang everything. We get our money's worth out of them bodies.
yeah, whether they're limited edition or whatever on the track and
There's a few people are not too happy with me because I put cars on the track and they're going, "That's a limited edition car." It's like I don't care.
yeah,
I'm
I think
racing
the
it. I'm
962
racing it.
SLotz was one of those. The first one I bought was limited edition.
Yeah.
And one of the collectors got into me a little bit in the early days. Said, "What are you doing? Don't do that."
Yeah. So
I think we're still.
yep. What have you
Did
got?
you have any more flexi wise, or we've got the wing car?
We'll go to yours first.
Yeah,
Yep, we'll go to that one.
because that was the sort of the last of the flexi chassis.
So
Um,
now Wayne Pepper.
what? How you know?
Wayne's online.
So these are with the brushless
Okay.
motors.
So same C26 chassis, but that one has had a brushless motor fitted. So brushless has really took a jump and is racing quite a lot within the flexi side of things here in Australia. 132 hard body brushless racing at this stage is not fully took off. There's definitely people out there experimenting with it. But the Flexi is starting to take a hold. There's some now Australian standard classes for brushless motors in the Flexi side of it. So I think that one is that's on a JK chassis. So that one's been built basically by yourself or by someone else. So it's a standard JK chassis with a brushless motor put in it. This particular one here is basically straight off the shelf. So you can purchase these. Mid-America sell these. So this is a Mid-America one. So we had the Mid-America Cup last year, weren't this year? It was last year, wasn't
It was early.
it? Or was it earlier this year?
I think it was
this
the
year?
first race this year in either late January, February. Was it?
Losing track of time. So we had the Mid-America Cup here, and Mid-America supplied the cars. So this is a brushless 3000 kV motor. This is their own chassis. So as you can see, the chassis there has been made especially for a brushless motor. So if you want to try flexes and brushless, Mid-America, straight off the shelf, they're doing 3,000. They've done some other ones there as well. Now, I did have Mid-America build me some special cars the other week for some races that are coming through. And it was actually what we'll get onto next, and that's wing cars with a brushless motor in. So Mid-America pretty happy to make something a little bit different and out of the norm. And brushless pretty much yeah, straight off the shelf. 3000 kV. For those who are not fully aware of what brushless motor sizing is, 3000 kV is 3000 revolutions at 1 volt. So times that by 12 if you're running at 12 volts, they're pretty quick. Now, I've got motors in the shelf over there, which basically at 18,500 kV. So that's 18,500 revolutions at 1 volt. So they're flying. And you know, depending on how high you're going with them, you need special tracks for them. We tend to limit here. We have run 6,500 here in a race, but it was quite difficult for a lot of the guys, so we sort of capped that and brought it down. And 4.5 was pretty good. The track record here is held with a brushless car, 11,000 kV wing car, and that's a young lad there, basically 14 years old. And people say, well, he's just a one lap wonder. No, he's not. He was doing lap after lap after lap at times that a lot of us guys can't even do. And his enjoyment, his challenge is to keep beating his own lap record here. And in every school holidays, he turns up and he pretty much beats it every time. So I think he's down to 2.4,
Yeah,
2.4 or something.
Yeah, I forget exactly.
Around about 2.5, 2.4 seconds on my Suzuka track. So an amazing feat to actually run that quick. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But he's done that with 11,500 brushless in a wing car.
We get a wing car
So
there
talking of wing cars,
Yep.
I have again nicely battered. So well used. I actually give this to the little kids when they come in, and we have birthday parties here. Here's a treat at the end of the birthday party. Say, yeah, I run this. So they run these. I've had 5-year-olds running this wing car on a track. So wing cars, not a lot to them.
Very low profile, front
Wings
of it smooth.
are all about the downforce of the air going through here. Not a lot to the chassis either.
Very minimalist.
So this is a Mid-America chassis, this particular one. As you can see, there's not a lot in them. There's not a lot of weight to them. And they rely on the downforce basically to keep them on the track. And it's one of them things, if you go too slow, they come off. If you go too fast, they'll come off. But you've got to find that midpoint where you're still using that air to keep that downforce, holding it onto the track. And it's just finding that right point. And there's some amazing tracks out there as well that are specially built, you know, your Blue Kings and that are specially built for these wing cars. But we have some pretty good fun with them on this track as well. With a not too big a motor in them. This is a standard cam. Also, you got your standard cam motors, and then you go up then, so you start Group 12s, Group 27s, and bits of it. So it goes on and on. But a very quick car, and again, pretty fun. All right. So what else have we got? Another flexi, something a bit different. Carbon fiber. So full carbon fiber chassis, brushless motor. Runs on an ESC for those who like a computer chip. So again, very fast car, very light, no weight to that whatsoever. These carbon fiber chassis are awesome. There's a few out there. We've got the ones from SLotz. We've also got the KC Racing, which are bringing out a lot of carbon fiber stuff now. So they've got the carbon fiber wing car chassis and flexi chassis. So KC are definitely bringing a lot of carbon fiber stuff out lately. But again, another kind of car. We're going to go through how you set up brushless motors, the different types of ESCs. This is what we'll be doing going forward in the coming months. What's the difference between the ESCs? What's the difference between some of the motors and brands that are out there? So a little bit of discussion on that. And again, how to set up to get these cars to perform correct. What gearing ratios are sort of recommended for them and everything as well. So technology is moving on. So brushless, and I think we'll be seeing a lot more brushless in the 132s in the coming years. But at the moment, the flexes are definitely getting a grip there with the brushless. Just have a quick look right here. He's running a Ferrari Enduro tomorrow for SLotz. So that sounds. Paul, is that down at Outlaws tomorrow? An enduro race down at Outlaw Slot Cars, maybe?
We better get on the road then and
It's a bit late now. We've got to go start. Right, we've got to go. We're going to wait
pack
to
your bag
Melbourne.
and let's go.
Um,
What time's racing start? It's a nice track
so,
down there.
yeah, there's some nice track down there. All right, so we've gone through there. I'm just going to take it back to one that another side. So we've gone from the 132s, we've gone to the 124s. We've done the flexes, we've done the womps. So
Retros.
pretty much
Yep.
we've done retros. What we didn't do,
Oh, yes, of course.
HO.
That is a good track.
All right. So there is quite a large group of racers that are running HO, and a lot of the guys will remember a lot of guys started with this because it was a small car that could fit the tracks at home and stuff like that. So this one's actually AFX. But there's a lot of other cars out there still other than AFX, and you've got your Bulldogs and the rest of it as well. You've got your OS3 um, cars as well, so your TFX range. There's a few others. But again, not everyone's cup of tea, but I've had some fun races with HO, and
Yeah.
they are fast. Now, a lot of guys sort of say, oh, well, HO, no, you just ram them full of magnets and just pull the trigger. There's also racing on HO that is non-magnet. And and there's quite a few classes out there that the guys do run them non-magnet. So again, it's another one we're going to try and get a guest on in the coming months to go through HO and what they do with their races, their clubs, and bits of racing that they do. And I know it is quite popular. There's quite a large group in the Newcastle area near us that do them. You've got WA Slot Cars, which has really helped out by bringing a lot of parts and stuff in as well. So they're out there supporting the HO side of things. So yeah, don't give them this. TFX from OS3, different kind of chassis and motor and everything in there. I've not opened the box on that one, but as you can see, very different setup than what the AFX is. So when you look at the gearing, it's quite different. So there's quite a few different styles of HO out there as well. So again, going forward, we're going to drill down on these and have certain ones for certain months when we're doing these live streams and going through the cars in a bit more detail and hopefully getting some tips out there to which will hopefully help some guys. And we're pretty much aware not everyone will agree with the tips that they're hearing, but that's fine. But for those that wanting some direction and not knowing where to start, hopefully we'll be able to help them in the coming months. So I'm just reading up. Highway Slot Cars is for the Enduro, and it's Saturday. Yeah, Paul's saying there AFX is coming back and definitely there. Enduro's at a private home track. So okay, so it's a private track that they're doing some racing in Enduro this weekend over there, which is great. There's some people have got enough space to put a private track in, because there's not many slot car centres around. So these guys that have got a few private tracks and stuff as well, it's really helping keeping the racing going. No show queens. Come on, guys. Not sure what that was. Wayne, looking at Carrera Go. Carrera Go is in between. So your HO is 164 scale. Your basically your normal hard plastic is 132 scale. Carrera Go is coming in right in the middle at 143 scale. So it's yeah, they've thrown it right in the middle of the mix. So you've got Scale Electric 43, which is 43 scale, and then Carrera Go, which is 43 scale. Not a lot of cars out there that well, not a lot of places stocking the 143 or Carrera Go cars. I get them in here from time to time. But they've not been over popular for me at this store. Doesn't mean they're not out there. I know the Carrera Go is one of the most popular ones over in Europe. From a size point of view, the Carrera Go is pretty much as popular as the 132, I believe, over in Europe, and that could be a space thing. Over there in Europe, I say we, because I was obviously from there originally, from over in the UK. They don't have the same space, and the 143, I guess, just was a little bit easier for when you haven't got a great deal of space. You might have a spare room or a small garage or something to put them in. So 143 is very popular over in Europe. But over here in Australia, probably not as much. But definitely no issues with them. They go pretty good. I've had them set up in the shop as a sample. I think last Christmas I had a track up here that was 143. That was a loop de loop. The loop de loop one, remember that one?
Yep.
It's supposed to be a kids' track with loop de loop, and we're all supposed to be good racers. None of us could go around this Carrera Go track without coming off. But anyway, some little 5-year-old came in and showed us how to do it.
Well, either way.
So there's another one. So what does that leave us? It leaves us one thing that we haven't discussed as far as slot cars go, and that's slot cars that go in straight
Yeah,
lines.
indeed. And these are something we've got into a little bit recently.
And we're getting a bit with Paul's help there at Outlaw. Drag cars. So I can get it in shot. So this is one of mine. So there's a few different ones that we're still learning. We had a trip down to Outlaw SLotz the other week, and Paul was a great help to us down there, and my cars actually went down the track and didn't crash, which was pretty good. But so yeah, drag cars quite popular, and it's with drag cars. I find it's very much model building in a way as well. It's not, it's not all about how fast they go as well, but the details some of these guys put in to their cars is absolutely amazing. So we're basically looking, and we're starting to do a bit more on drags here. So we're starting it off slowly.
Yep.
We're starting to get our head around the systems and everything for it as well. But definitely 2026 is going to show quite a bit of drag racing here at our venue as well, which I know there's a few guys have been hassling me for maybe 5 years. But can't rush these things. So
yeah, we run some 132 hard bodies along with the dedicated drag cars.
yeah,
And
so
but yeah, with
again,
dialing and
another style
index.
drag car. So again, it's just another slot car, basically car that we're going down there. And again, this one's no wheelie bars on this one. So basically, if I'm not mistaken, street class. I think that pretty much is the street class.
Low on the street class, Pat.
I got that right. Have I got that right, Paul?
The big blower on the front there, but they're fantastic.
Paul's saying drag racing is comfort food to him. It's far from comfort food to me.
But it's surprising how over like a 1.5, 2 second race, how you might see it develop and change from one car getting off the line quicker to another one driving back up to it.
And from from the, we've been doing the drag racing with our 132 guys, which is an old Tuesday night racing, and we've took them onto the drag strip, and then we've put a few, a few of the guys have built a couple of drag cars as well, and not to any particular class as such, but we've had some of the best laughs, and we've had fun watching those go down, and just throwing different cars down the drag strip, and it doesn't get much different than one that Anthony's about to show you.
Well,
So,
I know
so it's not a drag car,
not a drag car, but it does do
but
very well on the drag
but it
strip.
went pretty quick down the drag strip.
And is absolutely flies around Suzuka. Is a must for foam and glue, but these guys are a lot of fun. So,
So this is the carts from SLotz. Not going to go into too much detail, but unfortunately, I'm no longer bringing these non-slot carts in. But they they are good. It was a quick, fun car.
yep.
I did bring quite a few of them in, and they sort of went out here, there, and everywhere. But unfortunately, I don't think I'll be bringing them in the future anymore. But if you do see them, I can say that they are a good car.
Yeah, good fun. It's all
And,
about slot cars, and yeah,
and pretty quick.
yep.
So that was basically. I think we've probably covered
I think we covered a fair range there. Yeah,
every different type of sort of slot
if
car
we've
there. We've
missed something,
probably
let us know.
Yeah, let us know what we've missed.
You guys are all out there seeing lots of product from all around the world, and
But I just wanted to go through and sort of say, well, look, slot cars isn't just 132. It isn't just NSR Slot 8 Revo. It's a lot broader, and I think we've got to get more information out there for the different types of cars. We've helped a few different places putting race meets together, setting up and giving them, classes to run, and it's took off at their venues, and they've had fun with it. It's not for everything, everyone on flexi racing, and flexi racing is hard on the tracks. And I understand a lot of venues don't want to run the flexes because it's definitely a lot harder on the tracks than what your 132 is. There's more chance of them wrecking stuff and bits and pieces in some ways, but that's more if the cars are not set up correctly in the first place. So hopefully we're going to try and help you with the setups of all these different ones. So the other thing I wanted to quickly go through tonight as well was controllers.
sure.
Did you bring yours?
I didn't.
Okay.
We spoke about cars, but I see
We
you've got a
didn't.
selection on the table there, including I think
All
the
right.
one of my favourites.
So I'm going to quickly run over controllers because this is another question we get asked a lot. What controllers do I need? And straight away, my answer's always the same thing. What are you running? I can't tell you what controller you need if I don't know what cars you're running and what kind of tracks you're on. Turn it right towards the camera is the best way.
You got an MT down there or something?
So, haven't?
Is it one down the front?
Yeah, grab one of the
Yeah,
higher ones.
yeah, grab the high one?
It's just
Yeah,
a BP, but it's similar. So, my choice controller is True Speed. I use a True Speed Apex. That's my choice. Controller and box. Now, I did a lot of research when I first opened the shop and on the controllers, and True Speed was one of the controllers I liked. This is quite a high controller of their range, the Apex one, but it's not necessary that you must, go to that level of controller. I basically went to that because I was selling them. I had to learn how to use it. So it's hard to sell a controller if you've never used one. Pardon me. So True Speed one was one of the ones that I went with originally, and I think Anthony's just coming back now. He just went and grabbed a BP2 controller.
I've got an MT there as well.
And you got an MT2 as well.
Yeah. Falco down there.
So this is a slightly different version of a of a BP. So this is True Speed, I guess, most basic one. So this is their BP2. Now, normally there is adjustment for brakes and sensitivity on the top here. True Speed specially made me these ones without the knobs on the top, and he's put little, I don't know if you can see it, little, just can adjust them with a screwdriver. These are what I use as my higher controllers. I didn't want the knobs on the top because basically the kids throw them on the floor every single day. They weren't going to last long. So these now are my higher controls. So that's a True Speed BP2. So that's their starting range. Great controller. Um, like I say, you've got brake adjustment, you've got sensitivity adjustment, which does help you control your cars. Going up from there with the True Speed is the MT2, which is taking it then to their higher level of controllers below the Apex. So here you've got the three. Anthony, you probably explain what those are.
Sensitivity or your start speed, a little bit of a throttle delay, depending on a mode switch on the back here, and brakes. Does have a launch button for those who like that, and a normal mode or a coast mode, which affects with braking in particular. Nice. I find these are nice with the double finger trigger on them, but you also have the option to go single, the shorter one in the box.
Yep, I think they come with the single, and then
Yeah, you can
the
just swap
double
it over.
finger is
Yep.
an option that comes with them.
So they're a good controller.
So probably the most popular controller here at the shop for our 132 guys. Then after that, probably some of you guys are probably familiar and
We see a few of these. A couple of guys have got
Can I
these.
get
The
this in shop?
SCP2.
So that's
Lay it back a little bit. There we
we're
go.
just getting that in there. So that's the SLotz controller. Again, has the brakes, controls, sensitivity, and quite a few other different things on there as well. So again, quite a popular controller for the guys that use them for racing, the SLotz one. Um, just catching up on a few messages. How big is digital racing in Australia? Digital's not took off in Australia as much as it should have. Um, there is quite a few private tracks digital. So I've just built a Carrera digital track here that the guys at Carrera actually designed for me for the shop. So we're just waiting on True Speed controllers for that track. So the track is completed now. I'm just waiting on the guys from True Speed who do a really nice controller for digital tracks that you just plug straight in. So then I'm going to be using those ones. So I'm just waiting on those controls, and that should be up and running in the next couple of weeks, basically, I think, because I believe Steve at True Speed has shipped them over to me. So yeah, so True Speed also do Carrera digital. They do Scalextric controllers as well that plug directly in. But yeah, definitely Carrera digital is got to be pushed more in Australia, and I'm hoping this particular designer track that I've done here, it would be great to sort of, it's only small, and it'd be great to start seeing it in a few of the shops around Australia. And let's have maybe a competition. Let's all set up the same size track, exact same specs. We build them the same. We put the cars on there. What are the cars doing on that track? Standard Scalextric car on this same designer track. We've got yes, Paul, we can squeeze one in your shop. And see what you guys are doing around the Carrera digital track as well, and what us guys can do down here. And in one way, you can have competitions without actually going to different venues. So that would be fun. So if Paul, I can send you the plan for the track that I've got here. That I say Carrera actually designed for me for the space I had. But it'd be great to see some more digital in the different shops, and you'll be seeing a lot more of the digital from this side anyway. And a lot more crashes, I believe, as well.
You got all this lane changing in business.
I got to get my head around this 6 cars in 2 lanes. But anyway,
it's going to be a whole new thing in the new year.
Carrying back on with the controllers. This is a pretty old one. Defalco. Now this is quite an old Defalco. The newer ones have a a cartridge that you can plug in here with the resistors, and you can change your resistors over. I just didn't have one with me tonight to show you. I guess I would have got a new one out of the box, but anyway, didn't think of that. So
Run down and get one. Where are we then?
they're right on the top,
On those white boxes?
the white boxes.
No.
There's
Is there a step down there? I'll go
that
get one.
little round stool is
Run
just
across,
about.
there we go.
Yeah, get something like a DD 270, something like that.
Alright.
That'll have the brake pads in. So we'll show you a more modern Defalco. Should have got you one. But Defalcos are probably a very popular worldwide, I guess, controller. And especially with the flexi guys. But Defalcos also are good for 132 in that as well, and even HO. So they come with different cartridges for the sensitivity. And what I say about that is, if you've got a 132 car, that's going to set off a lot. It's going to be a lot so different than what if you're running a flexi car. And it comes down to I guess some of the controllers where you used to buy a certain ohmage of there. So the higher the ohmage, basically the more sensitive it is when it'll set off a lot slower. So you can change these cartridges, which I'll show you in a second. Anthony's just grabbing me a more modern one. But Defalco definitely a great controller. So Paul's just coming in there. Defalco is still one of his most favorite controllers. And yeah, so Anthony's just bringing. Let me show you a more modern one, because that one probably belongs in a museum. But so here we go. We've got a modern one. I didn't think about getting one out of the box, but anyway. So a more modern Defalco. Okay, so let me try and get this on camera somewhere. All right, so basically this is the back of it. The front, you have your sensitivity, brake, and traction control, I believe, is on this particular one. Now, as we we're saying about the cartridges, that is this section here. So it is easy if you've got a car, it's setting off too fast. It is easy as popping that out. You can buy different ones, and basically you can just swap them over. So it completely changes your controller. So it's, I guess, instead of having to have a controller if you want to run wing cars and a controller because you want to run 132, you can use the same controller and just change your cartridge. And it's like a completely different controller. And what, it's $29.50 to change the cartridge. It's a lot cheaper than having two or three controllers. So Defalco is a good, reliable controller. And a lot of the guys in the flexi cars use them. I know the drag guys use them quite a lot as well. So they are a great controller. I've not gone down that path personally. I'm quite happy at this stage with my true speed. My racing's not the best, and I don't think it's going to need more than a controller to get my racing up to standard. But anyway, um, so yeah. So you see slot cars. He's using a DD 303 with the interchangeable resistor pack. Yeah, so that's be with this point here. They are cumbersome. You got the relay box and everything on there, the heat sink and everything on. They are a little bit sort of yeah, things dangling off from here, there, and everywhere. But
They
very
seem good,
popular and
popular,
reliable.
reliable, yeah.
They tend to last
Yep.
quite a while. One of the other ones that the guys, some digging stuff out here that's old, that used on the drags a while back, and Paul, correct me if I'm wrong, was the Coford ones. So Coford also makes quite a few different controllers. And when one thing I want to show you, see, I don't know if you can see these segments. So the segments here on the controllers. We'll look at that one, and then don't know. Can you try and get a zoom in on the
Oh, yeah,
segment of
there's
that
more,
if you
yeah,
can?
a greater number of segments on the on the digital controls.
I don't know whether you can see it, but if you can see the number of segments on the controller, that basically helps with your control of your car because each one of them segments is a speed
I
step.
want to focus on the board. It's not focusing on
It's
the
not
outs.
focusing on
Might
the
be able to just catch it there.
but you'll see controllers there and the default actually.
The drag cars don't need a lot of segments. They tend to be
So
full on
default,
and
can you
go.
get
The
that one?
Falco has the
Can you
array.
get that one in
You can
there?
see the wiper moving across the.
I think where you can see the number of segments. But all those numbers, you can see them tiny lines on that board. Each one of those lines is a segment. So when you compare that to the Coalford one, it's very different. So that Coalford one there was basically done for drag cars because you don't need sensitivity. You just want to punch it down the line. So that was an up one for that was done for there. Taking it to the next level.
Leveling.
Don't know how many of the guys have seen these ones. So these are a +1 controller. Fully digital. Have I got power? Yep. So full digital controller. Everything is set on here. You can change all your settings. Same
You've got the LCD screen there.
LCD on here as well. So I don't know if you can see that.
Changed the sensitivity was them gone. Oh, I've got my hand.
Found in there.
Just need to tilt that forward. So there's LCD screens on the controller itself.
Yeah,
and the
we're not
numbers
getting
are
very good on this camera. Where's the camera go?
no, back over this.
There we go. So there you can see I'm changing
And they've got a nice.
the settings
These
somewhere.
knobs on those are also indexed, so you got a click position, which I found quite nice.
So that is +1. I will say, +1 controller, great controller. If you're not tech savvy, don't get it. That's my advice. Because I've had people buy them and they've struggled to work their way through the settings. So if you're not one of these people that's happy and can work out all the settings on your mobile phone and the rest of it, um, probably not the control for you. If you're quite tech savvy and you're used to putting in settings for stuff, and these controls great, got a memory, you can program them in and preset. I think it's up to 20 different controllers.
Settings, yeah.
So you can put in your NSR, for example, get your settings how you want it, press a button. Next time you go to use your NSR, you just dial in number 1, brings the NSR settings up. And then if you got another setting, you can do number 2 for a different car. Really nice controller. They do feel really nice, but that's the downside of it is yeah, a lot of people like myself, it just takes a little bit to get my head around them. Let's just try and catch up on a couple of questions while I've got a chance. More realistic racing fuel. More attractive someone's saying there the digital is more attractive to the younger generation. It probably is. I mean, we get the guys here that have been racing for 30 or 40 years, and I'm surprised they don't pull up in a horse and cart. But anyway, they're stuck in the ways a little bit. But yeah, I think the digital is going to change.
Yeah, they're certainly
from,
quite modern. They're in the DeFalco hand controller case, which is quite nice. But they run a potentiometer as opposed to the wiper board on the trigger and things like that. Very smooth action as well. So yeah, it's a thoroughly modern piece of equipment. And highly tunable to really dial your car in to the controller.
A couple of things there about just about the digital racing still and everything there. With the things that you can do refuel. Now, just like we do fuel stops and bits and pieces on the timber tracks as well. So that these timber tracks with different software that you could put in for the racing are capable of quite a few different things as well. We tend to use Race Coordinator on our tracks, and we enjoy every now and again. We don't do it too often with the fuel stops, but we will put the odd fuel stop racing. We'll do breakout racing occasionally as well. It's not our everyday racing, but there is different things you can do with them, but digital does take it to that next level.
Oh, absolutely. I think,
So,
yep.
so I think we've sort of covered everything I wanted to cover this week, and that was slot car racing overall. And I think we've probably done that. So what I'm going to do is please keep in touch with the Facebook page, and we'll sort of let you know what the next one will be about, and we're going to pick basically a starting point, and we'll drill down on one of the cars and come through and do the bit of setup on what we do to tune these cars, how we get the best out of them, and a little bit. So we're working our way through hopefully all the cars we've spoke about tonight and the controllers and everything as well. And plus other items and bits and pieces we're going to think of as we go along, and suggestions from you guys. Um, sorry, Wayne, no DS controller. I haven't got one in, I don't think, to show anyone. But a DS controller is fairly new. They've been out probably 6 months or so now. For those of you who don't know, DS controller is actually DS is a brand of Scale Auto. So it is one of their controllers. And yeah, I'm hearing good things about them. Not tried it myself, hearing good things about them. Wayne's pretty happy with his controller. I know that, and a few of the other guys are. But please drop us emails or whatever you can, messages through Facebook or however, of things you'd like for this channel. But we're going to try and just like I said, drill down on all the items we've been through tonight. Slot cars is more than a couple of 132 cars. So hopefully it's been a bit of an interest to you guys to sort of see the range of slot car racing and everything we do sort of here, and what is also going on around the rest of Australia and the world. So and if there's something we've missed, um, please let us know, because I'm always interested in something
What's
new,
out there for sure.
new challenges. One thing we didn't bring up today is Speedway.
Oh, yes.
So
A whole new ball game.
Speedway and little oval track is something we will again be doing in 2026. So what happening in 2026? And it will be new to me. I don't know fully the cars they're using. So I've got to learn a bit more about them. So I'll be bringing you guys on board. As I learn, you guys can learn as well. How they set them cars up, what kind of cars they're using. So that's going to be a new challenge for myself to learn a little bit about speedway racing and the drags. Um, yeah, so
We'll
Anthony's
just transition
we're
off.
just gonna go and try.
Okay, well, so we're not sort of flick around everywhere. We'll take us back just to the pair of us for the
So you just
moment. Transition. There we go.
look at our ugly mugs for a second. I'm
And
gonna see if I can show you the speedway track. Maybe. Don't know whether we'll get this, because it is basically right at the other side of the room.
the likes of zooming in a little bit. We've got the remote control going.
You try and find it.
Up a little bit there. No. Oh, we're getting closer.
There we go.
Hang in there, guys. It's going to be good. Promise. Oh,
We're finding it.
righto.
Now the next thing is whether it will actually focus on it. Oh, yeah. Wrong button. Bear with us. We're doing something, honestly.
We're getting close. I'm going to show you.
That's it.
That's it. That's going to do. All right. Do the transition. Righto.
Yeah.
Here we go.
So this is what we've been working on. It's a little speedway track. They are small. The guys who I've been talking to about this basically specified and give me the measurements and everything they wanted. I was going to make it bigger, and they said no. This is the size it's got to be. So I have built it to exactly what the Speedway guys have been saying. So that is going to be new for us next year, to see these guys, see what they're doing on the track, and we're going to learn about speedways. So that's going to be new. So we'll learn that as well. But yeah, so we'll thank you for everyone that's tuned in
Thanks,
tonight,
guys.
and
Appreciate all the feedback and comments. There's been plenty there, so that's
yeah, we're tuning tips. Yeah, we're definitely going to be doing tuning tips. I'll be getting Anthony to try and release some of his knowledge. So I know there's a few guys. If anyone you follow the racing here, you'll see Anthony's quite up there most of the time. So we're going to try and extract some of his secrets from him in the coming months to find out, some tips to get these cars. And he's helped a lot of people here. Simple as that. So going to call it quits there. So really appreciate all the comments and everything online, and for everyone that's contributed, and it means a lot. And a big thank you to Anthony as well for supporting me on this first one.
thanks for the invite, Mike. Yeah.
And yeah, well, hopefully we'll get them better with the cameras and stuff like that as well. It basically went to shit on me today, I'll be honest.
You're a bit concerned when I got
I
here.
I was ready for throwing myself off the roof when Anthony arrived. Yeah, basically, I'd got myself into such because nothing worked the way it all worked the other day. We had NBN come in today. The NBN guy came, said he had problems with the cables, so then I was going to lose all my internet. So I finished up pulling the NBN cables myself out in the street with the NBN guy. So I was down the pit with him pulling the cables because I knew I had this live stream tonight to do. Then when we got the cable through, then he turned around and said, "Oh, I can't drill through this concrete." So I finished up going getting my own tools, drilling the holes through the concrete to bring the NBN into the building. So it's been
Made it happen.
it's been a big day. But we got there, we got live, and I appreciate everyone that's been on joined us tonight. So we're going to make it monthly at first. If it's popular and people want it more often than monthly, then we'll look at trying increasing that a little bit. I just don't want to say we're going to do it weekly and then have absolutely nothing to talk about, or same old dribble. I don't want to just drone on like I am doing now. So monthly it will be. So we'll catch you in a month's time. So what is it now? It's probably going to be the
Mid-January.
probably something like the first or second, probably the second week in January, the second Wednesday in January. So we'll probably try and do the second Wednesday of each month for these little
For a chat, yeah.
live
Slot
streams.
up, yep.
So thanks, guys. That's it from Track Talk. I think we called it. Did we call it Track Talk?
I'm not sure,
I
but
think we did.
you might have just
Might have called it Track Talk. It's called Track Talk now, anyway.
Yep.
So thanks, guys, and we will catch
Thanks for
you
joining in.
on the next one. So appreciate everything. Thank you very much. Catch us later.
On it.
We're just got to find out how do we stop this thing.
Stop.